But super excited for this fun little yoga collaboration with my friend Cara. We know each other through a mutual friend, and she just started a yoga community online. Is that right, Cara?
Yep, that's right, so, on Facebook.
We just decided to come together and bring you guys a fun little yoga stretching or whatever kind of flow she's going to put us through. But yoga just to help us in our recovery and just to do something a little different. So I'll let you take it away. I'm going to mute myself that way.
All right. Well, it's nice to meet you guys. Like Meg said, my name is Cara. I'm a registered yoga instructor, and I'm really excited to bring you guys some yoga today. My main focus is in Vinyasa flow. So we're going to be doing definitely some stretching, getting into some core work, and definitely moving in a flow kind of style, which I'll definitely guide you through. I'm really focusing a lot more on beginners. So if you haven't done yoga before, then awesome. This is perfect for you. And I'm excited to get started. So find yourself in an easy seat. This crisscross applesauce in the center of the mat if you have one. If you don't have a mat, no worries. Just find yourself in a nice open space with some space around you. And then just bring your hands to your knees. Inhale, bring your shoulders up to your ears. And exhale, roll them back. Just bring your attention to your breath. Feel the temperature on your skin. Notice the sounds around you. Maybe you're outside listening to the birds chirping. Maybe you smell some leftovers from your lunch or a nice candle burning. Just notice. Now, as you focus on your breathing, choose a number that serves you. Maybe 3 or 4, possibly 5. Begin to inhale for that count. I'm choosing 4. So inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Pause, 2, 3, 4. Continue that practice 3 times on your own. Deep inhale through your nose. Exhale, let it all out your mouth. And open your eyes. Today we're really going to be focusing on balance. So that type of breath was called an equal parts breathing. As you noticed, with every count, we use the same, with every inhale, exhale, pause, we use the same count, which helps that remain equal. So we're really focusing in on balance and finding that equilibrium. So to begin, we're going to bring our left foot to your right thigh to make kind of a sitting forward position. Okay? Inhale your arms up to the sky. And then exhale, reach over your toes. Feel a nice stretch. Stretching your back. Maybe flex your foot, getting that stretch in your calf muscle. Just really feeling this pose. Inhale back up. Bring your left hand beside your left thigh. Okay. Now we're going to bring our torso onto our left knee, kind of lifting ourselves up. Our right foot flattens onto the floor, and we reach nice and long with our side body into a modified wild thing pose. Inhale. Exhale, find yourself back in that sitting forward position. Continue to flow in this way. Inhaling into that wild thing pose. And then exhaling in the sitting four. Inhale. And exhale. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Roll yourself back up to center. Reach your arms up to the sky. Now do that opposite. Bring your hands back beside your, my left thigh. We just reached forward, so now we're reaching back, finding that balance in that stretch of our spine. Inhale back up to center. Find yourself back in that easy seated pose. Inhale and then reach forward on an exhale in an easy seat. Feel that stretch in your hips. Noticing your body reaching closer to the ground with every breath. Slowly rolling back up to center. Inhale. Exhale, bring your right foot to your left thigh, sitting four on your other side. Reach up to the sky, and then over your left side. Slowly rolling back up, setting up for that wild thing pose on the other side. Planting your right hand next to your right thigh. Lift up into wild thing. Inhale. And then exhale the sitting four. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. The sitting four and hold. Slowly rising back up, finding that opposite stretch on the other side. Unwinding your spine, giving it that nice circulation it needs. Finding yourself back in that easy seated pose, sitting up nice and tall. Inhale your arms up to the sky. And then exhale, bring your palms together and bring them down to your heart center. Close your eyes for a moment. If you choose so, now is the time to set an intention for your practice. As I had mentioned earlier, my intention is to find balance in each of the poses. Whether that be finding complete balance, or maybe that's setting my balance off to one side for one pose, and then later evening it out on the other side. In yoga and in life, we often find ourselves teetering in between, not always finding that balance, but balance isn't always just remaining stable. Sometimes it's just finding that opposite choice to even things out. Open up your eyes, and now find yourself into a tabletop pose. So in a tabletop, our shoulders are right above our wrists, our hips are above our knees. We find a nice tabletop. Now I want you to keep your gaze at the top of your mat and engage your core muscles. Imagine there's a straight line from the top of your head all the way down to your hips. Inhale, your spine curves to the earth, your gaze looks forward in front of you into cow pose. Exhale, spine reaches up to the sky. Your gaze goes to your thighs. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Find yourself back in tabletop pose. Send your knees to the outside edges of the mat. Your toes come to touch. And then sit back over your heels. Reach your arms nice and long in front of you. Bring your forehead to the mat. Find yourself in child's pose. Feel grounded. Notice how balanced you feel with all corners of your fingers flat on the mat. Inhale, back up to table pose. Finding that nice core strength, engaging those core muscles. Send your right foot back behind you. My toes are still on the mat, and I'm just going to rock back and forth, just kind of awakening my right foot, my right leg, and begin to say hello to it. Find stillness. Then reach your right foot back behind you. Imagine that you're pressing a stamp into the wall behind you with your foot. It's nice and flexed and engaged. If this is enough for you, just remain here. If you'd like a little bit more, reach your left arm out in front of you. Find that balance. Keeping your attention on that core strength. Your fingertips are nice and long. Your toes are facing the earth. Inhale. Exhale, bring your elbow to touch your knee. Inhale long. Exhale in. Inhale long. Exhale in. 3 more. Inhale long. Exhale in. Inhale long. Exhale in. Inhale long. And now reach back down to the mat. Send your hips over to the right side. Then swing back as if you're going back into child's pose, curving them around to the left, finding those nice hip circles. Continue in that motion 1 or 2 more times. And then switch directions. So sending your hips over left, going back towards center, over right, and together. Finding that equilibrium. All right, setting up to awaken up our left side, or left foot. So send your left foot back, toes on the mat, and stretch back and forth, awakening your left leg. Now send it up behind you, doing your best to keep it level with your hips, creating that stamp on that wall. This is enough. Remain here. If you'd like more, send your right arm in front. Fingertips reaching nice and long, keeping that attention on that core strength to remain balanced. Inhale. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale long. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale long. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And back down to table pose. To bring out our back, continue with 2 more cat-cows. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Send your knees out to the edges of your mat. Sit back down into child's pose. Connect your forehead to the mat. Walk your right hand over to the right side of your mat, and then have your left hand gently placed on top of your right. Feel that stretch on your left side of the body. Now walk your hands over to the left side, same thing. Left hand, left side, right arm, left wrist. Breathe into that side body. Bring your arms back to the center. Reaching tall, or reaching your fingertips into the mat. Curl your toes under. And then send your hips up to the sky into a downward dog pose. So a downward dog pose kind of looks like an upside down V shape. I'm keeping my core engaged. I don't want my back to flop open. I want to keep my lower back nice and safe. I'm rooting through my fingertips to also keep the strength in my fingertips rather than my wrists. If stillness works for you, remain still. If you'd like a little bit of movement, maybe bend one knee and then the other. Breathing. My gaze is out over my knees, releasing my neck. Find stillness. And then tiptoe your toes to reach your hands in a forward fold. Remain here. This is comfortable for you. If you can't quite reach the mat, no worries. Just bend your knees and you'll reach it. Have your hands grab opposite elbows, maybe sway back and forth. Feel that nice stretch in your back. Find stillness. And then slowly rise up one vertebrae at a time. Shoulders shrug away from your ears. Reach your arms up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale. Bring your hands to your heart center. Feel your heartbeat under your thumbs and just notice. You feel a little bit warmer than when you started? What does your head feel like? How's your breathing? Just simply notice. No need for judgment. Inhale your arms up to the sky. Exhale, swan dive forward. Into forward fold. Inhale, bring your palms to your shins. Reach out nice and long into a flat back pose. Exhale back to forward fold. Bring your palms down to the mat and step back into a plank. This can be a plank of your choice. If regular plank works for you, awesome. If this is a little bit too much, no worries. Find yourself in a low plank. If you're in a high plank, remain there. If you're in a low plank, remain there as well. Hold for 3, 2, 1. You got this. Now slowly lower down to the mat. Curl toes under. Bring your hands underneath your shoulder. Inhale and reach your chest forward into cobra. Exhale, lower to the earth. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, curl your toes under, sending your hips back up into downward dog. Nice job. Reach your left toes up to the sky. Now, bring your right knee almost to touch your right elbow. Inhale. Exhale, three-legged dog. Inhale, bring your knee into the center, into a high plank called a cheetah. Exhale, three-legged dog. Inhale, bring your knee to touch your left elbow. Exhale, three-legged dog. Now this time, bring your leg all the way through and plant your foot in between your hands into a runner's lunge. Nice job. Lower your left knee to the earth. Send your arms up to the sky into a low crescent. Focusing on that core to remain balanced. Send your left hip back just a little bit, keeping your hips nice and square. Keeping that core engaged. Knowing that if you wobble, that's totally fine. You'll find the balance within you. Inhale. Exhale, bring your palms down to the earth. Curl your back toes under. Reach up into runner's lunge. Step your back foot up to meet your front in a forward fold. And then slowly root to rise, engaging your core, engaging your pelvic floor muscles. Reaching your arms up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale. Down to heart center. Notice. Anyone feel a little bit off balance? Feel like there's a need for something? There's a need for us to go back and complete our other side. Find that equilibrium. Reach your arms up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, bring your palms to your shins. Reach nice and long. And exhale, fold. Bringing palms to the earth, step back into your choice of a plank, high or low plank, and hold. Slowly lower down to the earth. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, fold. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, fold. Last one. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, curl your toes under. Send your hips up. Downward dog. Left leg now lifts up into the air. Inhale, bring your knee to touch your left elbow. Exhale, up to the sky. Inhale to the center. Exhale, up to the sky. Inhale, elbow, right knee. Exhale, sky. Inhale, bring your leg all the way through into a runner's lunge. Lower that back knee down to the earth. Send your arms up to the sky into a crescent. Keeping that attention on your core. Sending that right hip forward just a little bit. Keeping those hips nice and centered. Inhale. Exhale, bring your palms down to the earth. Curl your back toes under. Step your back foot up to meet your right. Slowly root to rise. Engage your core. Engage your pelvic floor. Stand up. Shrug your shoulders back. Inhale your arms up to the sky. Exhale. Heart center. And pause. Nice job, guys. So now we're going to continue that same sequence, okay? So we've kind of gotten that muscle memory down. Our goal for this next round is to do that sequence in a one breath, one movement flow. That's what vinyasa or flow yoga is based on, is that one breath, one movement, okay? So just do your best to follow along with me. I'm gonna do my best to move as slow as possible through each of the movements, so that way we can all get the benefits of this sequence. All right. Standing up nice and tall in mountain. Inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, palms to shins, flat back. Exhale, bring your palms to the earth, step back into a plank. Inhale, lower to the earth. Exhale, cobra. Inhale, curl your toes under, hips up to downward dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, knee to right elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog. Inhale, cheetah, center. Exhale, three-legged dog. Inhale, right knee, left elbow. Exhale, three-legged dog. Inhale, bring your leg through into runner's lunge. Exhale, low crescent, arms up to the sky, find balance. Inhale at crescent. Exhale, lower palms to the earth, curl toes under, runner's lunge. Inhale, forward fold. Exhale, root to rise. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, heart center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, palms to shins. Exhale, palms to the earth, plank. Inhale, lower to the earth. Exhale, cobra. Inhale, downward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, knee to left elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, cheetah, knee at the center. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to right elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, bring your knees through your hands into runner's lunge. Inhale, low crescent, reach arms up to the sky. Exhale, low crescent. Inhale, bring your palms next to your foot, curl toes under. Exhale, step up, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, send your arms all the way up to the sky. Exhale, heart center. Awesome job, guys. Feel that heartbeat beneath you. And it's definitely beating a little bit faster than it was before. Just notice what's happening in your body. Inhale, your arms up to the sky. Exhale, swan dive forward. This time, bring your palms to the mat and step straight back into a downward dog pose. Notice how different this downward dog feels than reverse. Send your right leg up to the sky. Then swing it through into a runner's lunge. This time, curve your back toes to the side of your mat so your foot is flat on the earth. So my right toes are faced forward, my back toes are curved to the side. Once I have that foundation, I'm gonna cartwheel my arms up to the sky, or cartwheel them up into a warrior two pose. My arms are stretched out nice and long. My hips are nice and open. I'm gonna zip up that core as if it were a zipper. Once I have that foundation, I'm gonna see if I can just dip a little bit more into that front leg. Keeping in mind that my knee shouldn't go past my ankle. Feel the strength in you. Curve your front toes to the side so you're facing the side of your mat. Send your arms up to the sky. Star pose. Bring your arms into a goal post. Now curve your toes out to the corners of your mat. My arms are in goal post. My feet are out towards the corners. Now I'm going to switch down into goddess pose. Focusing on that core strength. I always want to rock back and forth in this pose. I'm a school counselor, and so when I do this one with my kids at school, I call it crab pose, like I'm doing a crab dance. Breathe into it. When things get hard, we forget to breathe. Inhale, star pose. Exhale, fold at your hips into a wide-legged forward fold. Curve my toes in now. So they were catty corner. Now they're facing the front. Keeping your palms on the earth, stretch up, breathe in into a half back. And then exhale, flow back down. Walk your hands over to your left foot. And your left foot is going to curve over towards the back side of your mat. Setting up for that warrior two pose on your left side. So once I have my left foot facing forward, my right foot facing the side, I can cartwheel my arms back up into a warrior two. Keeping that nice zipper of my abdominals touching nice and long. Breathing into it, seeing if I can just deep down a little bit more. Stretching myself. Pushing myself to my limits. Inhale. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down to the mat into a runner's lunge on the left side. Step your back foot up to reach your front. Root to rise, slowly lift up. Inhale, arms up to the sky. Exhale, hands at heart center. Inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale, flow forward. Bring your palms down to the mat, step back into a downward dog. Send your left foot up to the sky, keeping your hips nice and centered. Swing your left foot so that way it lands in between your hands into a runner's lunge. Our right foot goes flat onto the mat, setting up for that warrior two. Once I have that foundation, cartwheel your arms up into a warrior two pose once again. Seeing if you can move even deeper than you did the last time. And hold. Noticing how we can even find balance when things for a little bit off kilter. Inhale up, star pose, curve your left toes to reach the side of your mat and breathe. Now toes curve to the corners of your mat, full post your arms, and then sink down into that goddess or crab pose and hold. Finding that core strength, focusing on the balance. Nice and even in this pose. When we do to one side in this pose, automatically happens to the other. Breathe. Inhale back up to star. Curve your toes back to the front. Hinge at the hips, reach forward, forward into wide-legged forward fold. And release. Palms to the earth. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Walk your palms over to the right side, your right foot. Right foot turns to the front of the mat. Left leg foot remains to the side. Setting up for warrior two. Cartwheel, arms up. Our last one on this side, make it count. Keeping that core nice and strong. Sending energy, outer fingertips. Reaching deeper into that front leg. Breathing into it. Inhale. Exhale, cartwheel, arms down, back foot turns. Step up into forward fold. Gotta get my notes ready. Slowly root, rise, engage your core. Engage your pelvic floor. And your arms up to the sky. Exhale. Heart center. Just notice now. Starting to slow down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bring your palms down to the earth for our last vinyasa. That's the stage from plank to cobra to downward dog. So follow yourself into plank and hold. Lower yourself to the earth. Reach yourself up into cobra, or if you continue practice, you can reach yourself up into upward dog. That's where just my toes are on the mat. Giving myself a nice heart opener. And then curl your toes under, reach your hips up to the sky, into down dog. Bring your knees to the outside edges, sit back, child's pose. Breathe. Honor yourself for your hard work. slowly start to sit up, bring your knees together. Sit up, now we're gonna swing our feet around us to find yourself sitting with our feet flat onto the mat. So our feet are flat, our hips are on the mat. We are setting up for boat pose, okay? So there's a couple variations of this. So I'm gonna give you two variations for boat pose. So the first variation is lifting up, keeping our shins, calf muscles almost parallel, and sending our arms out to the side. That's variation number one. Variation number two is almost like a V pose. That's sending your toes all the way up, engaging your core, and then sending your arms out. This one is very tough to do and talk at the same time, so I'm gonna choose the lower boat. So get yourself set up. We're gonna lift it up and hold it for 5 breaths. Ready? Send up your boat. And inhale, breathe into it. You can flex or point your toes. I have a habit of pointing them from all of the years of cheerleading that I did. Whatever works best for you though. Hold. Now bring yourself into low boat wherever you are. Stretching out nice and long, 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 into low boat. Flutter your fingers, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your knees into your chest. And release. You're going back and forth, breathing. 3, 2, 1. Give yourselves 2 rocks, 2, and then bring yourself back up to boat. Hold for 5 breaths. Send it down into low boat. Flutter. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring those knees in. Give yourself a big hug. We've got one more, guys. You can do it. All right, 2 rolls. 1, 2, and then find yourself in boat. Send your arms out. Hold for 5 breaths. You got this. Last one. Make it count. Okay, slowly lower into low boat. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your knees in. Last one. You made it. Bending your hips around, maybe rocking back and forth. Bring your arms into a goal post. And then send your knees over to, I'm going to start with my left side. You can start with whichever side you want. Give yourself a nice twist on my left side. I'm going to gaze over to my right. Get that nice supine twist of my spine. And breathe. Inhale back up to center. Now send your knees over to the other side. Gaze goes out to the opposite side. So my knees are on my right, my gaze is over my left. Your knees back up to center. Bring your feet flat onto the mat. Take your right ankle over your left thigh. Send your fingertips through to meet by your left thigh, and then begin to pull it back into a reclined pigeon pose. Feel the nice stretch on your right hip and hold. Just breathe into it. Begin to lower your left foot, bring right foot down. Windshield wiper your knees from side to side, and finding that balance before we switch to the other side. So now send your left ankle over right thigh. Send your fingertips through your right thigh and pull it back, reclined pigeon with your left foot. Ooh. My hips definitely needed this. I don't know if yours did. Relax and breathe into it. Lower your right foot. Lower your left. Bring the soles of your feet to touch into Supta Baddha Konasana or a butterfly shaped pose as you're reclined. That nice hip opening, that opposite stretch from that pigeon pose. Begin to close your knees back up. Give yourself one more big hug. And if there's any pose that's calling you right now, this is your last chance before we set up for our final resting pose. So maybe you're looking for one more hip opener. You could do a happy baby if that fits for you. Sometimes just getting your feet higher than your heart feels really lovely into a waterfall. Whatever your body feels like it needs right now. And then once you've fulfilled that, send your legs out nice and long. Bring your palms to rest beside you. And now rest in our final resting Shavasana. Close your eyes. Enjoy the benefits of all the movement that we just created, finding that balance between movement and rest and stillness. As we rest in Shavasana, maybe even adding in that equal parts breathing that we began our practice with. Inhaling, pausing, and exhaling to the same count. Begin to bring movement back into your body. Taking a deep inhale and releasing. Start wiggling fingers and toes. Awakening from our rest. Gently roll over to whichever side you choose into a fetal pose. Be nice and comfy, keeping your eyes closed. And from here, when you're ready, pass up to meet me, keeping your eyes closed if you can, or closing them upon arrival, into an easy seated pose where we began. Inhale, palms up to the sky. Exhale, bring them through heart center. Friends, life is a balance of holding on and letting go. My hope for you is that you take the balance and peace that you experienced in this class along with you to share with all those and all the wonderful things around you. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. It was so wonderful to meet you all. Like Meg said at the beginning of the class, My name is Cara, and I run the yoga group called Yoga is for Everyone. So if you enjoyed the class, I'd love to have you to join our group. It's completely free. So you can just send me a friend request. My name is Cara Candela, or send me a message after this. And I'd love to have you join. You've got an awesome leader here with Bowls and Grace. This girl has been my silent inspiration for things that I've done. So you've got a wonderful leader, and I really appreciate you guys joining me for yoga today.
Thank you, Cara. That was so great. That was tough.
Oh.
We were like struggling.